Well, hey there, Frosty fans. I'm Mike Campbell, the writer for IronGate. William Layton is the artist. This week we thought we'd switch gears from art and talk a little bit about writing today. Particularly common mistakes new writers make and how to fix some of them. Now, I'm no expert on writing. Well, certainly not on the level of some of the amazing writers out there, but I think I might be able to offer a few tips to anybody who's thinking about getting into it. At number 5 on the list is bad spelling and grammar. It's pretty obvious why it's bad. It looks unprofessional, and these kind of mistakes can take your readers out of the story. Thankfully, it's also pretty easy to fix. Proofread your work, have someone else proofread your work, particularly someone with good spelling and a solid grasp of grammar. Make use of online and software-based spell checker and grammar checker programs. It also will benefit you in the long run to learn how commas work, and that of course means learning a little bit about how clauses work in the English language. I know this can be a bit of a pain for some people, but trust me, in the long run, it'll improve your writing a great deal. Let's put poor dialogue at number 4 on the list. It's bad because while poor spelling, number 5 sin back there, may take your readers out of your story, poor dialogue will make readers feel trapped in it and just bored to tears. It comes in two main flavors, boring and confusing. Boring dialogue, of course, makes it hard for readers to connect with your characters and to care about what's happening to them. One of the major types of boring dialogue is the exposition or info dump, which is basically just shoehorning in unnecessary information into dialogue so readers will be exposed to it. New writers often do this as a way to provide their readers with information about plot, characters, and setting, but the characters don't really speak naturally. The whole thing will often come across as stilted and forced, as if the characters are reading the cliff notes of something instead of having a natural conversation. An example of the info dump or exposition dump might read something like this. As you know, Jimmy, we need to hurry to the movies because it's opening night and we both promised to meet our friends Bob and Matt there. Don't forget to stop by the store because your mother wants you to buy some soda, and as you know, she loves it. This kind of exchange feels wrong because the characters in that situation would know much of that information without having to actually say it to each other. So when it is spoken aloud by the characters, it comes across as wooden and artificial. The other major flavor of bad dialogue is confusing dialogue. Confusing dialogue is simply any time characters are speaking and the reader isn't clear on who is saying what or what is happening in the scene, it's confusing. And it's up to the writer to go back and edit that so it's not confusing anymore. There are 3 main things you can do to really improve your dialogue and really tighten it up. One is to read a variety of authors who write excellent dialogue, especially those with a knack for nailing diverse character types and making them all relatable and believable. The second thing you can do is, of course, practice writing dialogue, read it aloud, and see if it seems natural and appropriate for the characters and the situations they're in. And the third thing is have other people read your dialogue and ask for feedback to see if it seems natural and to see how well it flows. Well, that's all for now, Frosty fans. Next week we'll cover the top 3, or my top 3 anyway, common writing mistakes new writers make. So until then, please go over to twitter.com/irongate_comic and check us out there. Head on over to Patreon and give us a look there at patreon.com/irongate. And of course, head over to our main site at irongate.thecomicseries.com. Stay frosty and we'll see you next time.